Hey everyone, welcome to today's A360. My name is Brewster Knowlton, and today we're going to be talking about how you can tell whether or not you have the right KPIs at your organization. There's a famous quote by W. Edwards Deming that says, "You can't manage what you don't measure." The managers of our organization will naturally manage towards driving success for what they are measured by. So if our KPIs align with what we want our managers to actually accomplish, then naturally, just as a byproduct of having the correct KPIs, our managers will improve performance and manage towards achieving those objectives and thresholds set forth by our KPIs and key metrics. The question therein lies, how do you know that you have the right KPIs? So we're going to quickly talk about 3 key ways that can help you figure out whether or not you're tracking the right KPIs and the right key measures. One of the first ways you can tell if you're tracking the right KPIs is that you have less than 10 KPIs. And really, 5 to 7 is your best target. But if you have more than 10 KPIs, you're probably tracking too many tactical things and not enough strategic things. Or you're trying to tackle too many strategic objectives at once. Another bad thing. A quick way to tell if you're tracking the right KPIs is, do I have between 5 and 7, or at a minimum, less than 10? That tells me that you're tracking only the most strategic things and that you're focusing on the most important measures that you need to be tracking. The next way you can tell that you have the right KPIs is that your KPIs align with your strategic goals. And I alluded to this in the last point, but your KPIs must directly support the strategic objectives of the organization, whether they be for the next year or the next 3 to 5 years. What are those key objectives? And then ask yourself if your KPIs support those key objectives. If you think back to Deming's quote, "You can't manage what you don't measure," it emphasizes the importance of KPIs measuring progress towards strategic goals, because then naturally our teams will manage towards success and achieving those strategic goals. So it's critically important that KPIs align with your strategic goals. One of the last ways that you can tell that you have the right KPIs is that your KPIs are different than everyone else's. That's not to say that there's not going to be some overlap, but your KPIs need to be unique to your organization and the specific strategic objectives that your organization has. Benchmarking is a critical aspect of a lot of peer comparisons in many industries, but that doesn't mean that those benchmarking measures should be your KPIs. Credit Union A, for example, might have high deposits and they're more interested in loan growth, whereas Credit Union B might have high loans and would be more interested in deposit growth. You have to assess what objectives your business has. Only your business, not what your competitors have, but what's best for your organization. And once you determine those strategic objectives, identify those 5 to 7 key performance indicators that will monitor and track your progress towards success in those objectives. Wrapping up, you can tell if you have the right KPIs by these 3 points. First, you have less than 10 KPIs. Again, ideally, we want between 5 and 7. Second, your KPIs align with your strategic goals. And third, your KPIs aren't the same as everyone else's. They accomplish the unique objectives and help you track your progress towards your unique strategic objectives only. That's it for today. Thanks again for listening to today's A360.